For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 23 of Season 6 here in the Career Mode RTG. After the madness of the previous FA Cup game in the last episode, we actually come back to Champions League action today at home against Valencia in a game we absolutely must win. We lost at the Mestalla by a single goal to nil whilst rotating the squad because of the FA Cup game against Arsenal, which means we need victory here by at least a goal, obviously, to take it extra time. If it's 1-0, if Valencia score an away goal, then we will need to win outright on aggregate rather than draw on aggregate, because, of course, that would mean that they then go through on away goal. So if they score 1, we then need 3. So we know what the job is needed, or we know what job is needed, but it's whether we can actually carry it out that remains to be the question. We've got the first team available to us though, and then we've got Arsenal again actually at the end of the week away from home at the Emirates in a game in the Premier League that actually won't be too easy at all. Premier League is, well, in the balance with ourselves and Chelsea at present. Not sure which way it's going to go, to be honest. Hopefully the face cam will return over the next couple of days. It is set to cool down, so face cam should be back either tomorrow or the day after. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, we're going to jump into this game against Valencia. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy, of course, and subscribe to the channel too if you're new. And hopefully we can get ourselves through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League with a victory against our Spanish adversaries. Ball forward into Trophy. Didn't really expect him to do that, or shoot from that sort of distance either. I think it was going wide, but Watson felt the need to go down and try and save it. Pretty sure it was at least a foot wide of the target, but never mind, I trust my keeper's judgment. And that was well over the top of the bar, thankfully. But, oh, it's going to be another corner. It must have taken a deflection on its way over. Gelson Martins will take it. Like we say, and as you can see, top left, we are 1-0 down from that first leg still. Neymar looking to outrun Trophy here. I don't know how fast he is. I'll give that to Morata, and there is a runner in the middle, and I'll lay it in front of him. I have to wait the pass right. In fact, he's gone all the way across here to Lino Navarrete, who will stop. Oh my word, what a goal. I tried to, well, the intention was to finesse that with the instep of his right foot. He stopped there, spun on it, and then bent that with the outside of his left. That's magical from Lino Navarrete. That is, hands down, one of the most impressive finishes I think I've ever scored on FIFA. Just the audacity to even try that from there. That's unreal. I want to have a look at a replay from behind that to see how much curve was on it, or whether it kind of arrowed towards the top corner. I mean, if you haven't dropped the video a like already, I think that goal deserves one, don't you? Did he bend it? Oh, look at the bend on it as well. That's outstanding. We are 1-0 up on the night, level now on aggregate. This is the only way that we can go to extra time now if the score stays as is. If not, it will be decided if another goal goes in inside 90 minutes, one way or the other. Hopefully we can build on that. Wow, the confidence that I've gained from that just one effort is hopefully going to keep us going throughout the entirety of the game. We'll ride that wave and try and pick up a couple of quickfire goals maybe. Morata could go again. Neymar's making moves. We'll go to Morata. He spun well. Alvaro Morata in the box. Oh, but he pulls it wide with his left foot. On the ascendancy, or in the ascendancy here, Cambridge United 1-0 up after 10 minutes or so, and nearly 2-0 up after 13. Right, will play that back around the corner. It wasn't as in front of Greco as I might have liked it in that situation, but never mind. We'll come across this side of the pitch now. We'll look into Neymar, and there's not many defenders back. If Morata can beat Abdenor to that, which he has done, can he finish? Oh! Very nearly Matthew Ryan with an awkward save there, but did enough to get it over the bar. That's not the best of corners, if I'm honest, but it has broken free to a Cambridge player on the halfway line. Make sure that Jimenez doesn't give it away. Emre Can will rifle this out wide to Neymar. We'll go inside to Aurier, and then across there. No, good tackle by Trophy, unfortunately. 24 minutes in, it's still 1-0 and 1-1. Nice ball through to Gelson Martins. Inside there to Camacho. That took a deflection off Jonathan Tah. No, it didn't. The shot was genuinely that bad. I thought it took a massive deflection off Jonathan Tah there. Oh, it was actually very close to him. Maybe the fact that it nearly brushed him maybe the flow of air around the ball changed and it changed the trajectory of it. It looks as if it took a big sharp turn when it hit him. Might just been the camera angle playing tricks on me. Can't quite find the ball through there looking for Lino Navarrete. We'll be happy enough to go to half-time with a 1-0 lead, but obviously I would like to extend it if possible. We had to go to extra time against West Ham in the previous game, and I don't want to have to go through the nerves of extra time and or penalties in the Champions League as well as the FA Cup. Although I'd rather go through those nerves to go through rather than going out in 90 minutes if Valencia end up scoring a couple of goals. Greco will get the turn in here, which is nicely executed, and Morata also turns past the defender, although I'm going to have to be careful here to make sure Neymar isn't offside when I play the ball to him. He wasn't offside, but Jose Gaya has actually had Neymar in his back pocket in this first half. I'm going to have to improve on this right-hand side if we're going to get the better of the Spaniard. They've got a lot of pace in both wing-back areas with Gaya and Martin Montoya, and strength with Abdenor and Tony Jansch in the central areas. So we haven't had too much luck in front of goal so far. Pleased to have gotten a goal early on. And actually, if we can drag the defence around, we don't need to worry about Jose Gaya's pace, because Neymar can just cut inside when he's got the space like that. Renato, I'm going to need to find a teammate. Morata, back to Renato. There's a bit of space, but I don't really feel comfortable shooting. Emre Can, go out wide again to Neymar and cross it, looking for the back post. It's a great delivery. Madran underneath it. Neymar picks up the loose ball. A great turn. Will stand it up. Oh, Morata's underneath it. He hits the bar. No, Greco. I committed to pressing B. Oh, and there's the half-time whistle. Oh, I probably wouldn't have been able to get it in from the angle first time anyway, but Greco, that was just me mistiming pressing the button. Very, very nearly 2-0 and giving us the lead on aggregate there, Alvaro Morata, with the last touch of the first half. But down off the bar comes the header and out into the second 45 we go. Greco with a tackle, but it rebounds back to Paco Alcacer, who's turned well and will find a teammate. Camacho with a turn back to Paco. That is not what we needed. That leaves us needing another 2 goals. They lead 2-1 on aggregate. And of course that's an away goal, so it will count as double in the end. So if we pull one back and make it 2-2 on aggregate, Valencia will go through on away goals. I now need 2 goals to go through. Oh, that is not what we needed. We've got just over half an hour to try and find those 2 goals. And I'm really going to have to pull my finger out now. Oh, I can't believe I've let them score. I'm so annoyed at myself. Get that through there to Navarrete. And he's turned well. Lino Navarrete. Oh, I just couldn't make up my mind whether to shoot or pass. And in the end, I did neither. And Tropy's going to get that away. Nice tackle away, Emre Can, though. Oh, get that. No, I tried to play that to Navarrete. And Emre Can just turned rather than playing the pass. We will get it to Lino this time. And he's turned well. We'll turn back. Oh, no. I'll give that to Neymar. Neymar turns. He's up against Abdenor. And he's turned in the box. Neymar! Oh, well blocked by Tony Jansch. This is the sort of pressure we need to maintain for the entirety of the rest of the game, really, to try and get ourselves the goal that we need. There's Emre Can across here to Nicola Greco. Surely, yes, 2-1 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. We have responded immediately. We still need one more, though, but we have 25 minutes to try and find it. Only took us 7 minutes to respond. Free kick for Valencia here. Tropy to take it. Katavia has just come on for Naranjo. Katavia actually had a good impact on the game in the first leg when he came off the bench, so we're going to have to be wary of him. In there to Navarrete. Greco's making the run. Oh, and I couldn't quite time the pass, but we found Lino Navarrete for a second time. Good ball in to him from Renato Sanchez. I'm just going to have to slow this up because I'm going to need some more people to push forward in support. Greco, Can, Neymar there again, now central. Morata, play that to Neymar again. Now, do I go for that gap? That's unbelievable footwork from Neymar. The fake Rabona to find some more space. The ball into Morata, and what an interception from Tony Jansch. Quickly turn around the corner though by Emre Can. Into Neymar again, who's turned inside, using Morata as a decoy, and Neymar gives us the 3-1 lead that we needed. It took us 7 minutes to respond from their first goal. It took us just another 7 minutes to find the goal that puts us ahead on aggregate by 3-2. Neymar turns inside. Morata acting as a barrier there for Abdenor, meaning that he couldn't close the Brazilian down on that 5-star weak foot into the far top corner. We have a 3-1 lead on the night and 3-2 on aggregate. Valencia go from the highs of thinking they're going through on away goals to conceding 2 goals in the next 15 minutes, and now they're staring exit of the competition in the face yet again. Into Nicola Greco. Vieto is there and he's calling for it, and I'll play it to him. And you see the space on the far side for Lino Navarrete, who switched out to the right hand side. Neymar went off And, oh, I've run straight into Abdenor there. Neymar went off and I moved Navarrete out wide and brought on Luciano Vietto in the cam role. That's a great ball through, looking for Martin Montoya, the right back, but thankfully the keeper gets there. Oh, that could have been the moment. If Montoya had a little bit more stamina or was just that little bit quicker, he would have gotten there first. That's a foul, thankfully. We are in a position where we're just quite happy to waste time now. There's less than 60 seconds to go before we find ourselves in stoppage time at the end of the second half. And all I need to do is hold on to possession. 3 minutes added on. And we will be through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Greco, oh, I've given it away. That was needless. I didn't need to do that, but Greco's done well to win it back. Into Vietto, who's turned brilliantly. Luciano Vietto can't get past Tony Jansch. Still has the ball, though. Emre Can will hit it early. It's going to drop back to him, is it? No, Tony Jansch recovers the ball. But there goes the final whistle. A 3-1 win on the night. A 3-2 win on aggregate. We have turned around the first leg deficit. And we are through to the next round of the Champions League. The tactical gamble pays off. We rested players for the Champions League game so we could play or field a strong team against Arsenal in the FA Cup. We went through in the FA Cup. And subsequently rested players in the other FA Cup game, the next round against West Ham, to then make sure we could play a full-strength side in that game, and it's worked beautifully. We're in the semi-finals of the FA Cup against Liverpool next month, and we're also through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Joining us will be Bayern Munich by 3-1 over Manchester United. Leverkusen beat Chelsea by 2-1. Napoli beat Real Madrid by 3-1, so we could be seeing ourselves facing off against Napoli yet again in the Champions League in this series. Paris Saint-Germain win 2-1 against Sporting. Monaco beat Atletico Madrid by 3-0. Tottenham turn up against Barcelona. And Borussia Dortmund beat Juventus by 2-0. Some shock results in the Champions League round of 16. Let's head now back to Premier League action against Arsenal, who we talked about a moment ago in the build-up. And hopefully we can get ourselves another 3 points in the Premier League. We are still top, but only by that single point. So a win here against Arsenal is definitely needed if we want to ensure that we stay top of the table. Here's the Arsenal team about to play us. Szczesny, Bellerin, Toprak, Clark, Salter, Tagliafico, Darun, Elneny, Chamberlain, Welbeck, Terrell, Belotti. Very similar starting lineup to the one that played against us in the Cup. They've got quality on the bench though, as you could see there. I've actually been able to play a handful of the first team players, actually recovered their stamina quite well from the game midweek against Valencia, so avoiding extra time was crucial because I'm able to start a stronger side against Arsenal than I initially thought I was going to be able to. I believe I'm playing Jamie McLaren up top. Yes, McLaren starting up top. Sterling starts on the right instead of Neymar. Dyer in at centre mid, sorry. And other than that, I believe the side is unchanged. So a decent strength side here to play against Arsenal. Fingers crossed we can get a similar result to the one we got in the FA Cup and come away with a victory. Sanchez to Greco. Out to Alaba. Quickly inside there to Jamie McLaren. Oh, finds Renato Sanchez beautifully. Had to pull that back though. A lot of Arsenal defenders around here. They made a point before the game started, the commentators, of saying that we have the best defence in the league, which I get a horrible feeling might jinx me in this game. Renato Sanchez could win this header and he does so and wins it very powerfully as well, but it's straight down the throat of Wojciech Szczesny. 5 minutes in, the first chance comes and goes, 0-0. Oh, it's nicely into the channel for John Terrell to run onto. Turn and pass maybe, or do something. He's kicked it straight against Aurier and will come on the counter-attack. Never. Oh, it wasn't meant for Alaba. That's frustrating. I don't even know why Alaba's over there, but Raheem Sterling on the run. I don't know how fast Tagliafico is, but clearly not as fast as Raheem Sterling. So we're getting away from him here, and we'll turn inside the defender there, and Sterling will look for a teammate. Gets caught by Toprak just at the time he was looking to play the ball off, and that means that he wasn't able to pass it, which is incredibly frustrating. So I had two people there waiting, just waiting to slot it home into an empty net. Oh, Oxlade-Chamberlain finds himself getting tackled as well by a defender though, and Navarrette's got some space to run into here. Hector Bellerin and Jake Clark-Salter closing me down. Renato Sanchez is there, and there is some space to play him into. He had the header earlier on, he's had a shot with his feet this time, and it's a superb finish from the Portuguese. It's Cambridge 1, Arsenal 0 at the Emirates after just 13 minutes. That's a very impressive finish actually. Wasn't sure whether I'd get the angle to be able to slot it home, but he's done particularly well to get it past Wojciech Szczesny and keep it low as well, which means it's further out of his reach. Very, very good strike. Cambridge 1, Arsenal 0 early on. Welbs, Elneny, Welbs again. Out wide to Tagliafico. Fired into Darun. Oh, it's a good turn. It's a very good turn from Martin Darun. He's got the space. That's a top save from Aidan Watson. I couldn't quite close him down quickly enough there. Looks like they're going to go short from the corner as well. Try and get a block on it. Hector Bellerin. Oh, he's gone back on his right foot. Drills it into Omar Toprak. Thankfully, it's a centre-back who shouldn't... Oh, no! I jinxed myself! Who shouldn't be that good in front of goal was the phrase that was about to come out of my mouth. And then he goes and slots it home underneath the goalkeeper. I thought I'd be able to outmuscle him there, Renato Sanchez. I just straight up missed the ball, and then it's gone through Aidan Watson. Oh, that's so frustrating. That's not the best of finishes, but it's enough to get it in the back of the net. Arsenal are level. Well bet. Aurier into Navarrete. There to Sanchez. Space here for Greco. Jamie McLaren is in the middle. I'm actually going to go to... Well, it was meant for Renato Sanchez, but... Oh, it's a good turn from Jamie McLaren. I had to go for the shot. I shouldn't have. I had Navarrete making a great run on the outside of me there. Would have been clean through one-on-one, but I got a little bit greedy. I always have extra confidence whenever it's Jamie McLaren with the ball at his feet to go on goal and probably score. Unfortunately, that time it was just the wrong decision, but Sterling can't quite turn inside the defender there either. Mohamed El Neni will bring it away just under 10 minutes to go till half time. And we are drawing a goal apiece here at the Emirates, but we might be able to get ourselves another one. I'll actually go back this way there to Greco, and it deflected off a couple of people. It's going to drop to Jamie McLaren. Blocked by the defender. Really, really good move. Greco will take the set piece. It's whipped in. There's two underneath it. Oh, what a header from the man at the near post. I believe it was Eric Dyer. It was. But past the post. Wide of the target. Still 1-1. It's Toral. Into El Neni. Whoa. What a goal that would have been. Absolute strike from El Neni. Movement on it from left to right. It'll be from right to left here as we look at it. Look at the bend on that. If that had gone tops, that would have been unreal. Would have rivaled Navarrete's goal in the previous game. But as it stands, still drawing 1-1. Let's pull through. Oh, and Belotti's dummy. Back to Martin de Roon. Oh, he's gone for the strike. He always causes me problems whenever I play Arsenal, Martin de Roon. And I don't know why. He's not exceptional at anything, really. But he always gives me all sorts of troubles whenever I play Arsenal. Obviously, in real life, he's at Middlesbrough and they've picked him up in this save. I don't know what his rating is, whether he's grown much throughout the course of this series, but he's always in their starting lineup and always causing me issues. El Neni could have a strike from the edge of the box here. He's played it into Danny Welbeck. Oh, he's done me completely. Fair play, Danny. The little fake turn and then drag back has completely done me. Arsenal 2, Cambridge United 1, just 8 minutes into the second half. Oh, no. Well, I told you, they may have jinxed me with what they said at the beginning of the game with us having the best defence in the league. And I kind of jinxed myself with a top-right goal, and that turn from Danny Welbeck has completely sold two defenders. They lead here, Arsenal, by 2-1. Bayern squaring me up. Chamberlain. Oh, I see that turn coming. Bayern back to the Ox. Oh, he's turned me again, Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's caused me all sorts of trouble in this one. Navarrete gets the turn on El Neni, but El Neni outmuscles him. Here comes the Egyptian, racing forward. Finds the ball to Ramsey, who turns and shoots rather than looking to play, and his teammate gets himself tackled at the second attempt. Navarrete will get to that, and gets it to Jamie McLaren. Right, Alaba on the overlap. Oh, but tackled by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Thankfully, we will still get it to David Alaba. He's going to drive inside, and there's some space to run into. There's Navarrete. Alaba's gone again. That ball was meant for him, but we'll find Raheem Sterling. We'll go back there to Jamie McLaren. Navarrete making the run. We'll poke it through. Raheem Sterling gets caught. Nothing given. Oh, I don't know whether that was a penalty or not. He must have gotten something on the ball there, the defender. But how much he got on the ball, I'm not entirely too sure. 20 minutes to go, still 2-1. I'm going to make a change. Aurier on the run, trying to chase down Welbeck. Oh, God, what a tackle. Oh, it's next level. Sterling quickly into Eric Dyer, who sadly doesn't have the pace to go on a breakaway, but McLaren can find Navarrete here. And, will that reach Jamie McLaren? It does. Raheem Sterling's got Welbeck with him. Oh, and Welbeck puts in a great tackle as well. That's gone out, though. Making a couple of changes, or have made a couple of changes. Navarrete now moved out wide, and Vietto comes on again in that cam roll, and he finds himself on the ball here, Luciano Vietto, and he's turned the defender, but there's another one there right with him. I will get it to Greco. We'll look to roll Bayern. We have done. Greco with a shot. Oh, McLaren, please, no! I got stuck on Omar Toprak and couldn't get to the loose ball as it dropped free. Oh, that would have brought us back level and left us needing just the one for the victory. Oh, God, that's so incredibly frustrating. Just a matter of inches away from getting his toe on the end of that and bringing us back level. 2-1 still. Nice ball into Guidetti, back heel, but picked off. Wilshere around the corner to Chamberlain. Oh, I don't know whether Alaba, sorry, got something on that, but Watson definitely got right behind it. Only 5 minutes to go. I think the best we can hope for now is a draw, but we are going to have to be quite sharpish with how we get that goal or how quickly we get that goal. It caused me all sorts of problems here. Clark Salter to Welbeck, blocked by Jimenez. Time is running out for me here. They're keeping the pressure on Arsenal, turning the screw. They've had 10 shots. They've been the better side. I can't really dispute that. Wilshere dinks it in. Watson punches clear. McLaren knocks that down. Navarrete will play it over the top, looking for Vietto, who's done well to win that header. And McLaren will bring it down. We'll look to race away with Jamie McLaren. I need Vietto to make a decent run for me. He's made a run, but he's not made the run. Trying to pass this out wide. And Aurier will pick up the ball. Go back to McLaren. It's Dyer, in fact, that actually gets the ball in the end, and that came off the heels of Jamie McLaren and may well have cost me my final chance of getting an equaliser here. Oh, wow, this game has just been full of frustration, to be completely honest. I was really pleased when we took a 1-0 lead early on, but then to have conceded in the manner we did with Toprak, and then to have conceded again through Danny Welbeck. Oh, no. It's just not going for me here. It's not going for me at all. We have to hope that Chelsea are going to drop points. Otherwise, they will be 2 points above us in the Premier League. I don't know who they've got on this match day, but we have lost against Arsenal. We will still be with only 39% possession as well. Chelsea haven't played. We will still be within 1 game's touching distance of them if they win and go a point above us. Oh, sorry, 2 points above us. And we do have them yet to play. So the league title is still in our hands. They haven't yet played Chelsea. We'll have a quick train and we'll advance as far as the next game. I think there's actually an international break on the horizon. I'm not sure whether it's now, whether it's after the next fixture. I think it's coming up now. And then we've got West Brom, at a guess, in the next game at the end of March. Have a quick look. Yes, West Brom. So there's an international break. Then we have a game midweek against West Brom. And then it is the game against Chelsea. So a huge couple of games coming up in the next episode. Player returns from injury. Who could that be? It is Mbappe. That might be vital for our push at the end of the season. Chelsea yet to play that match day 28. Elliot Bennett wants to talk about leaving the club. Don't really care right now, considering we're not going to be playing any more of this series after this season. That's fine, I don't care. Monthly scouting update. I'll have a look at those off camera. What I want to know is how Chelsea got on. They still haven't played. Are they going to have the game in hand all the way up until this game against West Brom? It does look that way. And indeed, that is the case. That changes the way that we look at these next few games. I needed to know really what the situation was with Chelsea as we headed into these couple of games for the next episode, but unfortunately we don't know. It is still in our hands though. If we can win against West Brom and then beat Chelsea, we will definitely be top of the table at the end of the next episode. So drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. There will be a Napoli series episode tonight, and then of course another episode of this tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that in your sub box, but for now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.